Do you wanna make 80s styled Japanese city pop? Music that sounds like... Well, lucky for you, I'm gonna show you how to make an entire song in the style of city pop. We're gonna go through every step of the process, from writing chords and melody, to choosing instruments, to recording those instruments, adding production elements, writing lyrics, mix everything and master, until we have a full, complete song. City pop is a broad term, but mainly describes popular music from Japan in the late 70s and the 1980s. Famous artists include
Yamashita Tatsuro, Matsubara Miki, Takeuchi Mariya,
and
Kodomatsu Toshiki.
The goal with this video is to walk through every step of making a song like these artists. So let's begin. So you want to open up your DAW, and I'm choosing Ableton because it's the correct option. And then you want to set the tempo to like 189, something like that. I want to make a note of this album in particular, Timely by Anri. This is what I think peak city pop sounds like, and we're gonna go for this kind of style. And because it's the 80s and we want to be cheesy, we can go for a swing feeling. This is with no swing, just straight. So what you want to do is just take these and press this little triplet grid and move them like that. And now we got swing. But before recording anything, you want to actually write the song. City pop uses a lot of jazz harmony, meaning lots of 7 chords and lots of 2-5-1s. So first thing you want to do is pick a key. I chose F major. Then you just want to pick some basic chords. I chose A minor 7 to D minor 7 to G minor 7 to C dominant 7 back to F major 7. That's our tonic. So that's the verse. The pre-chorus is the same thing, pretty much just... And yeah, on the C, I have a little walk down in the bass from C to B flat to loop us back around, so... You often have a normal piano and electric piano playing at the same time. So here we have the electric piano. And the normal piano. And this is just a Spitfire Labs, grand piano. Oh, you can't forget this, the thing, like, that thing, right? This is something city pop borrows from American soft rock in the 70s, stuff like Steely Dan, also called yacht rock. Although Donald Fagen doesn't like that phrase.
Yacht rock.
Oh, yacht rock. Well, I tell you what, why don't you go f*** yourself?
And the chorus goes like this. B flat major, C major over B flat, so the bass note stays where it was, but the chords move up, so... You hear that? You hear the mood? You hear the vibes? Ooh! 3, 6, and a 2, 5, 1. Basic bread and butter stuff. So the drums, they sound like this. And all that is just a free drum VST. And as you can see, I've turned down the snare and kick here because I wanted to beef them up with these samples down here. So we have a kick, snare, another snare. And then we have the toms here, which are just Spitfire Labs drum kits. So together, all 3 sound like this. A lot of city pop actually uses bongos, so just put some Donkey Kong bongos and they're gonna be like... Also, you want to have some kind of shaker, and this is literally me just shaking a packet of peppercorns. The bass, there's nothing really to talk about. Just keep the bottom end busy and you're doing a good job. You can do some disco stuff like... So I recorded the bass directly into my interface using DI. I did some things, I shaped it using an EQ, added some mids, and here I just got rid of some fret buzz noises. So you want to get your guitar, but we're not going to be playing chords because the pianos are already doing that, so you want to just flip this thing and move up here and play these kind of muted plucks, like. So this is gonna sit in the background and add some rhythmic texture to it. So yeah, the guitar is also like DI, straight into the interface. I know it can be hard to come up with melodies, and people ask me how I do it, and I always tell them, start with a small little phrase, like that could be one, and then you just repeat that phrase but in different spots, so. And in the context with the chords, we have... So from that little phrase, we repeated it in different spots, and there you go, that's the melody. So yeah, just keep it simple, try different things that might work. The pre-chorus melody is also very simple, it's literally just a walk up the scale, so it's literally just... Like, just trust your instincts, melodies are hard, there are no fucking rules. So now we have the fundamental elements of the song, and it's time to add fun things. Firstly, a lot of city pop songs have a horn section, most often trumpets, trombones, and saxophone. You could absolutely use VST versions of these instruments, but I happen to have a real trumpet lying around. I am a terrible trumpet player, but with some heavy pitch correction, my takes became almost usable. Here are the 8 tracks of trumpet to kind of simulate a big trumpet section coming into the studio. And it's 4 different parts, all double tracked. We have a low part. We have a low middle part. We have a high middle part. And a high part. And altogether they sound like this. I don't have any effects on either of the tracks, instead I grouped all of them together, and I have some EQ, some compressor, some reverb, and I have some saturation to kind of get that old school tape machine, you know. In city pop, they take a lot of inspiration from disco as well, one of which being having group backing vocals. So you want to do backing vocals, you can have 3 parts. Here's the high part, and the middle part, and the low part. So something that follows whatever chord is underneath. You want to have some strings, just playing high notes. And you can also have this little... You can have an organ, this plugin. You want to have some kind of weird sound, like... And that is just a sine wave with a pitch bend. But then we add some like grain delay and increase the pitch, so every delay gets a higher pitch. You know, some kind of alien sound. Yeah, you want to have weird stuff for ear candy. You want to have something in the intro, you know, something kind of like... I have to be honest.
No, I don't speak Japanese.
So I wrote the lyrics in English and tried translating them into Japanese, but... Oh, no. So lyrical themes. City pop is almost always about love, so write some lyrics. It doesn't have to make any sense, because this doesn't. Oh wait, this should be a... And then obviously the chorus is the catchy part. This is like as cheesy as you could possibly get. But you know, and then the second verse and the second pre-chorus and the solo. So for the vocals, after you've tuned them, you can start processing them. They should sound very thick and very wet. I know it can feel like a lot sometimes. Yeah, so just shape it with some EQ. This is a de-esser to, you know, control the S's. Compressor, and most important, reverb. You know, a ton of reverb on the voice. So the guitar solo, I put on some slight overdrive, I put some delay and reverb on my tone as well. I just do some basic licks, like just... arpeggio, like. And oh, that one, that's a chromatic double approach to this note. This is some Rick Beato type shit, like. So you want to have your solo somewhere in the climax of the song. It doesn't have to be a guitar solo, it could be a saxophone solo or a synth solo, but you want it to be moody and a bit jazzy, so. Also, that lick is literally stolen from like one of Anri's songs. And when you're done, it should look something like this. A lot of tracks. Also, I forgot to mention, but if we look at the tempo automation of the song, it goes from 189 to 192 in the chorus to kind of emulate a human drummer, because humans, you know, drift in tempo. So if we don't want our programmed drums to sound so robotic, we can do slight changes like this. Generally, you know, mixing-wise, what's important when making 80s music is just tons of reverb on everything, especially the drums. I even have some extra on the snare. Reverb on the vocals, reverb on fucking everything. And I can show you the mastering as well. The mastering is just an EQ. Then you want to get your hands on ozone. I didn't do a lot here, I just added an exciter to give some spark, I guess, to the highs here. Then I have a maximizer to make it nice and loud. Is it time to show the final result? I think so.
I'm paranoid, 'cause I always dream of being in a void. A void with nothing going on. The only people here are me and my dear. I know it can feel like a lot sometimes, with so much to do that our days go by. Still on my mind. 'Cause when I look at all the people on the streets, everybody's got somewhere to be. I should really keep on moving too, but I would much rather be floating here with you, with no noises to be heard, no need to be concerned. We just forget the world, and I wouldn't even know if things had disappeared, 'cause you're my everything. I try and I try, but I can't deny that everything here is a waste of time. You are the only one on my mind. 'Cause when I look at all the people on the streets, everybody's got somewhere to